This is a Disaster Central special report. My name is David Vela, reporting in from our regional headquarters in Houston, Texas. I want to come on the air to provide breaking news coming out of Ruidoso, New Mexico. Reports are coming in that a huge flash flood event has occurred in Ruidoso, with reports coming in indicating that rivers have flooded, or rivers have gone up 20 feet. This came in from a previous report, and I mean, if we're looking at radar, it just doesn't look like there's much going on. The nearest thing that we can see on radar is a severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Otero and Sierra counties in New Mexico. But apart from that, in Ruidoso itself, there just has not been much rain going on. The only time that it did rain previously to this was a few hours ago. But remember, the reason why the flash flood occurred, the flash flooding has occurred, is because if you remember last year there was a wildfire that pretty much tore up or caused a burn scar near South Fork. And what that does is, when you have a burn scar, the soil isn't able to saturate good enough, so it causes these floods to continue. Now, the flooding itself occurred in Rio Ruidoso, which is, I think, this river. It doesn't let me zoom in, but the flooding occurred near Rio Ruidoso, and over time, as that river began to come in, it fell near Ruidoso Downs. Hollywood was reporting tons of flooding. So let me quickly switch you to a live cam. This is our live look at Ruidoso right now, provided through us by EarthCam. And you can see here that it's relatively dry. It's overcast here where we can see, but there's a lot of cars moving towards or away from the downtown center. So this area is overlooking. This area is, generally speaking, overlooking the exit outside of Ruidoso. Now, remember, for those who are tuning in, this flooding near Ruidoso was induced by rainfall, at least from what the National Weather Service is telling us. The river itself, Rio Ruidoso, rose up 27 feet within 20 minutes, which shattered their previous record last year. So reports came in. I just saw a video of a home being swept away by Rio near in Rio Ruidoso. I think that was near Hollywood. Um, but I mean that just goes to show you just how bad the situation is. Um, and speaking of overall, which towards the credit where the credit is due. Um, yeah, here's the reports that came in. This is near Ruidoso Downs, flash flood being reported. And actually, let me take you back to radar because I want to show you what I'm talking about. Um, so you're looking at a live look here now on radar, and you can see here that we're getting reports now of flooding that is persisting from our area, from Ruidoso Downs. Now, reports came in here. Actually, whoa! I just saw this. Sorry, guys. There's now a report that 3 people are trapped in a building or in a home, and they need rescue. This just came in about less than 8 minutes ago, folks. This report is just by the, I guess, state freeway highway. Um, this report coming in just came in from emergency management. 3 people, 1 adult, 2 children, trapped and need rescue, and that might be from one of the burn scars up here. This map is pretty old, so you can't really tell much the from this map, but just that is developing now. So for those that are tuning in, there people need rescue there. Emergency management reporting people trapped in homes. Going down south here near Ruidoso Downs, reports coming in that on the west end of the racetrack, I don't know what racetrack this is specifically. This might be a one of those recreational. I think, what was it? It's a recreational track. Here, the public is reporting that the west end of the racetrack is completely submerged. So that's reports. These are the reports that are coming in. Remember, folks, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send them in the chat and tag DisasterCentral, and I can answer those questions for you. In the meantime, let's take you back to a live look of Ruidoso, where you can see back here. I think it's starting to rain again. I think it might be starting to rain again. I can't tell, but you can see here, this is the live cam in Ruidoso, New Mexico, provided by EarthCam. Thank God for them. You can see here on a live look, people are leaving the town, I think, because there's a ton of trucks that are leaving that way. And if you were here for our wildfire coverage last year, you could last year I think they had a similar track. I think they were exiting Ruidoso. So that's what the current situation is. For those that are tuning in, we're monitoring a situation off Ruidoso, New Mexico. Current reports are suggesting that there was a huge flooding event near Rio Ruidoso in New Mexico. Reports also are suggesting that there are people that are trapped in homes. People are trapped in their homes. That came in through emergency management near western Ruidoso, near Ruidoso Downs. And right now, what we're looking at right now is the live cam of Ruidoso, New Mexico, where you can see just people leaving, people that are just traffic going on within the city. So that's right now what we know and what you need to know, I guess, if you are living in Ruidoso. Now, here's the steps you can take if you're in Ruidoso. There is a flash flood emergency in effect for Ruidoso and Ruidoso Downs. Let me take you up to the map, and you can see that here. So this is the flash flood warning that's in effect for the South Fork burn scar in south central Lincoln County, near in central New Mexico. This is a flash flood warning. which means that flash flooding has been observed, but the threat is considerable, which means that flooding in this specific area is happening, but it's not necessarily to a severity. Now, if we go further north, up towards here, this is the same flash flooding, but this is a flash flood emergency. This is in effect for the blue. This is in effect for the blue turn burn scar that remains in effect until 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So in about 20 minutes, this flash flood warning. In about 20 minutes, this movie will be, sorry. In about 20 minutes, that flash flood warning will expire. And for the flash flood emergency, that is in effect until, I think that's in effect for another hour and a half. Let me just make sure and confirm that. Flash flood emergency is in effect until unless I'm reading that wrong. In effect for like another 20 minutes. Okay, so sorry. I'm trying to read the text lines. Flash flood emergency is in effect for another 20 minutes, then it'll expire. But overall, yes, and again, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them in the chat. We'll be able to answer them for you. Now, to me, this is interesting. It's just been a very chaotic few days, at least in the U.S. with Tropical Storm Chantal, the Texas floods, and now this. So, looking over to your top headlines bar, you can see on our bar, this is the top headlines. Catastrophic flooding ongoing right now in Ruidoso, New Mexico. That's the coverage we're doing right now. Reports of homes being swept from floods in Ruidoso. That has been confirmed through various video sources on social media. And, of course, 111 people have been killed, with 100 more missing in Texas from the Texas floods that have occurred on July 4th. Truly a terrible situation overall. Let me take you back to a live look of Ruidoso, New Mexico, where you can see here, again, just overall very overcast, as if rain has just fallen in the area. Let me just take you to a live look on our radar, and maybe this is why. So these storms you can see here, they are, I think this is monsoon time. If anyone's living in Ruidoso, please confirm that for me. I think that this is monsoon time in Ruidoso, or in the Southwest in general. And right now, as you can see, these thunderstorms are kind of popping up, and they're moving south, which is generally speaking a very rare motion for these storms to go through, unless they're being carried by a front. These storms are moving south. They're moving towards Tularosa. There's severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for, I'm not even on the radar. I'm sorry, folks. Let me take you back to radar. Sorry. So these storms are moving quite south, as you can see, and that's generally normal for this type of year. This year, these storms are generally speaking monsoonal in nature, so these type of events will continue to occur until the monsoon season for the Southwest ends. Overall, taking a look at a bigger picture, you can see that there is severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for parts of central New Mexico, and that's continuing to be extended more southerly because these storms are taking a more southerly flow. In fact, they could actually be crossing towards Texas in about a good 40 to 50 minutes. But that's the main story right now, or that's the side story. Again, just reports are coming in. Reports continue to pour in. I just read this report, and for those that are tuning in, there is reports now of an adult and 2 children being trapped in a home and they need rescue. That report came in about 15-ish minutes ago by emergency management. Now, I don't know necessarily the situation right now. I can just report you on what I can see here on my software. But again, looking at radar near Ruidoso, there is not necessarily a lot going on. There is right now there is again flooding, but there's just not rain right now, so it's not raining unless there's some sort of pop-up shower that starts forming off these mountains, which is interesting because the radar just caught that. But other than that, I don't see anything else to be seen here. Looking at and extending towards this general part of New Mexico. Again, just generally speaking, you can see the whole picture here. Storms moving, generally speaking, on a southerly direction. That's going to be pretty typical for this type of year, this part of the year. Again, this is the area that we're focusing in, and I'll continue to keep you updated as the situation continues to develop. I'm still trying to get sources and trying to see what's going on outside of that. Outside of what we're seeing now. I have new gauges here. This is from the water data from the United States Geological Service, or USGS, and they monitor river data, and pretty much what I'm seeing right now is that the river rose to around 23 feet and then is continuing to drop. Meanwhile, near Hollywood, New Mexico, we are seeing the gaze height rise and is beginning to drop. It's just beginning to drop. So we're continuing to monitor that as the situation persists. So apologies for the background noise. I got no clue what's going on. But so that's what the current situation is at. Remember, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them in the chat. I'll be here to answer it for you. Let me quickly switch you back to our Ruidoso. And look, it actually is raining. Look at that. So this is going to be something to monitor here. It looks like they're being hit by a downpour that I guess this radar is just not detecting. I don't think this radar is detecting it. Yeah, this radar is not detecting much, but there is right now. I mean, there is reports. Well, you can see here on the camera, it is raining in Ruidoso. We're overlooking the midtown or downtown parts of the city or the town, and just generally speaking, you can just see rain beginning to fall, downpours continuing within the area. Remember, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. We're gonna keep pushing it for another 10 minutes if there is not much to be reported on. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, chat, let me know. For those that are tuning in, we're continuing to monitor a situation off New Mexico, central New Mexico, where flooding has been reported in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and this came from huge uh, river flows, river flow increases near Rio Ruidoso. Um, this is near Hollywood. Let me. This is the flooding. The flooding came near flood. Oh, sorry. The flooding came near River Ruidoso, and this came near Hollywood, and this came near Ruidoso Downs. And just so far, if you want to know what the latest developments are, the river seems to be dropping, which is a very good thing. However, there are reports now of homes being swept and people being trapped in their homes after the flood. So that is a situation that's going on. As to do we know whether or not rescues are going on right now? I can't tell you. I don't know if there's rescues going on right now. What I can tell you right now is that the river is beginning to drop, and as you can see here live in our camera, live in Ruidoso, you can see that rain is beginning to fall again over these areas. That's what I can tell you right now. Apart from that, I don't know what else to tell you. So just understand that information right now is quite limited because things are very preliminary. I have seen videos, however, of the situation in Ruidoso maybe around an hour or two ago. The situation in Ruidoso began, the situation at its worst was homes being literally swept from their foundations and taken downstream by the river. But that's all I know. So please understand that. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns on both the Twitch and YouTube side, please let me know. Please tag DisasterCentral for that update or for that coverage. You can follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do coverage like this. In fact, we've been moving pretty constant. We've been being more consistent, actually, with our coverage. So that's all the PR I'm gonna say for now. So we do have an increase of viewers coming in. So let's quickly just remind y'all what's going on. So right now you're taking a live look at Ruidoso, New Mexico. This is provided through us through EarthCam, and as you can see here, it is raining right now. There is storms that are beginning to pop up right now on top of Ruidoso, or rain beginning to fall right now on top of Ruidoso. There was huge flooding that occurred near Hollywood and Ruidoso Downs. Now this was produced by a burn scar because last year in June there was two huge wildfires near Ruidoso that did claim some lives, unfortunately. Then throughout July of last year there was multiple floods that kept going on daily, with flash flood emergencies being issued daily in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Then it took a break. There was not much being reported until today, where rain began to drop at a huge rate, around 2 to 3 inches per hour, and then the Rio Ruidoso shattered its record by rising 24 feet within 20 minutes, which shattered its previous record of that being last year. And that caused huge flooding. Homes have been swept from their foundations. They've been taken downstream. Reports are coming in that rescues are ongoing. I just saw that report through local media. There's been a report of multiple people trapped in their homes. And that's what we know so far. That's all we know. And let me take you to radar. So let me just show you what things are looking like on radar. And just, you can see here, it doesn't look to be much on radar. There just doesn't seem to be a lot going on radar. So that's interesting. Overall, that's all. Again, remember, that's all we know. I cannot tell you anything else. I do not know what the overall substantial situation is right now. I'm just reporting on what I'm able to report. Unfortunately, I wish I could, but I can't show you what the videos look like because of copyright. Pink Kitty Bean says hello. Hello, welcome to our coverage. And remember, folks, both on Twitch and on YouTube, if you do have a question, comment, or concern, please send them in the chat. I'll be here to answer them. Or if you just have any comments to say, please let us know in the chat. We're gonna push this for another hour, so just bear in mind with us. And we have our Nightbot. So quick few rules about Nightbot, because I just haven't fixed the Nightbot. Please don't spam too much emojis and don't use too much caps or too much capital letters when you type your text, please. And make sure you tag DisasterCentral if you do have anything to say. So that's all we can tell you. So for those that are tuning in, because we're getting a couple of you coming in every minute. There is, right now we're monitoring the floods that are ongoing in Ruidoso. These floods started happening about 2-3 hours ago, and then now they're beginning to recede, which is a very good thing. But there are rescues that are ongoing right now in Ruidoso. This is near Ruidoso Downs, so this is going to be a couple miles from downtown Ruidoso, where our live cam is at. Here, and you can see that. Look, you can see traffic going on. This is also rush hour, so just understand that. So that's what's going on. We are getting reports that rescues are ongoing. We're getting reports that multiple people are trapped in their homes and their places and their foundations. And in fact, there has been reports of homes being literally swept off from their foundations or roof foundations and are being taken downstream from the floods at its peak. So right now, as far as I can tell you, so far, all we know is that. In terms of casualties, in terms of what we know about the aftermath, we just know that people are trapped in their homes and that we know that rescues are possibly ongoing. I can't confirm or deny that, because that is a conflicting source. There's just conflicting sources that just keep coming in. So we'll wait for the official confirmation whether or not the city of Ruidoso makes an official post or just reminds people, or not reminds people, but just if they decide to have a press conference or just post on social media, I'll let you know. There is not much else going on. The last thing that, there wasn't much at all that's been posted from these city accounts. So I can't really give you much information apart from that. But if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns regarding the situation in New Mexico, please let me know. Tag at DisasterCentral for both YouTube and Twitch. Make sure you like the video if you're liking the stream, the way that we're doing coverage. Make sure that you are subscribed, because we do coverage like this. We're trying to keep it more consistent, but we're pretty busy, and it's normally not just me. It's a lot of other people that are involved in the behind the scenes. So just just that. Make sure you share this out to people that are within the area. Let's get this word spread out to as many people as we can. And that's all the PR I will say. I keep saying that's all the PR I say, but then I keep doing PR. Hello, Uno. Welcome to the stream. I'm trying to get you some reports. I'm trying to see if I can update really anything about our coverage or any new news that's going on in Ruidoso, but not that I can see right now. But I'll keep you updated if just overall the tone begins to switch. Sorry, I'm writing a headline right now. I hope that this doesn't no, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, so that's all we know right now, folks. So again, we're looking at a live look of Ruidoso, New Mexico. Again, the situation looks the same as it's done. It looks like the rainfall may have stopped for a bit. Looks like the rain might have stopped. And that's all I can really say right now because that's all I can tell from this camera feed. And on radar, it's just not detecting the rainfall, despite the fact that it did rain. Let me get you some background music because I don't want it to be dead silence. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. I think that's what this will work. All right. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Please let me know if the music is too loud. It's definitely not my intention to overpower my voice. I have it right now at like 1 on the music player, so just bear with me. Let me take you back to the overall view in New Mexico. There's not really much to show you overall on radar. There was severe thunderstorm warnings prior to this, but it's just not there anymore. So let me take you back to our feed, our radar feed, and you can see that, I mean, there's not much on our radar loop, on our radar feed, sorry. There is, actually, there it is. Rainfall just popped up. There it is, folks. Rain just popped up. It took a bit, but the radar just loaded. So this flooding looks like it's going to be coming towards rain. It looks like this rain is going to be coming towards our direction over here, towards the direction of the camera, which will explain why the camera is so dark right now over there, despite the fact that it's like 6 o'clock there. Mountain daylight time at least. It's 6 o'clock over there. So, sounds fine here. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Pink Kitty Bean says so many floods over the states over in the states. Awful. Yeah, I mean that's what I've noticed too. So let's quickly look back at our headlines. That graphic is going to be displayed below the red bar that says coverage you trust. That's just our brand thing. Ignore that. But our today's top headlines. This is what our hot headlines are. Catastrophic flooding right now is ongoing in Ruidoso. Obviously, the top 2 headlines will be in Ruidoso because it's the breaking news right now. Reports of homes being swept in the floods in Ruidoso. That was reported through Twitter and through many videos within the area, and that could be verifiable through geolocating the videos. And obviously, the floods in Texas. Just want to bring you a quick update because it's actually quite outdated. This is outdated because the latest reports are coming in, I think, from Reuters. Reuters is now reporting that a total of 118 people have been killed in the Texan floods, with many more missing. Now, I don't know the exact number. I think from what last press conference, it said, people said 100 people are missing. So, that's all we know. And that's very sad. Of course, my condolences go to the victims out there in Kerrville and in the communities within the Guadalupe River that experienced those floods. But it's just been quite active the last few days. We've had Tropical Storm Chantal. If you don't remember, Chantal was the storm that made landfall in the Carolinas 2 days ago, I think, on Sunday night or Monday, or really yesterday, early yesterday in the morning, like 3 a.m. in the morning. And then over the night, it brought huge flooding to the Carolinas. Carolina saw a lot of flooding from Chantal. And then obviously before that, on July 4th, we had the floods in Texas. And today now we're seeing the floods in Ruidoso, New Mexico. So just been very active, very chaotic the last few days. So of course, for those tuning in, we're just continuing to monitor the situation that's going on in Ruidoso, New Mexico. The situation has been persisting. There hasn't been necessarily much changes, but Um, there is flooding rescue operations that are going on right now because people are trapped in their homes from the floods, including, at least from the local, from emergency management. Management is reporting that 3 people are trapped, 1 adult, 2 children are trapped on the northern hills of Ruidoso Downs. So let me just pause the radar so then you know where I'm talking about. It's around this general area here, you can see. And I wouldn't blame you. I mean, look, this is a very steep fall in altitude. I say steep, but it's a fall in altitude the closer you get to the road. The homes here seem to be there. I guess there's trailer homes here, mobile homes, some home communities here, and then obviously, I think these are mansions. I can't tell you. And then obviously here on the Ruidoso Downs Raceway, which is used for the Ruidoso Raceway, which is used for racing, for amateur races. I think this is used for one of those. I don't know what the league is called, but one of my friends, he does a lot of racing, so I think he's been here. I don't know, but the report here is saying that the west end of the racetrack is completely compromised, which means that it's flooded. That's what it really means. Over here in Hollywood, which, by the way, so the live cam that you're seeing right here, right? So let me just quickly switch it. Let me take you to a live look. The camera that you're seeing here right now, I just transitioned it. The camera that you're seeing right here, right now, in Ruidoso, this is overlooking Ruidoso itself. We don't have any cameras in Hollywood, New Mexico. Did they just issue a new flash flood warning? No, they didn't. Okay. I was confused. I thought they issued a flash flood warning. My apologies. Mama of 6 asks, where is this going on? So, Ruidoso, New Mexico, Hollywood, Ruidoso Downs. This is in central New Mexico. And for context, again, and let me just quickly give you context of, like, what I'm talking about. So, just for a bit of context, last year, there was a flood, or there was a wildfire that happened last year. You may recognize this town because it flooded. It was flooding a lot. Or not it flooded. It was flooding a lot after a wildfire. That's what I'm talking about. There was a wildfire that occurred in Ruidoso, which created a burn scar. And if you don't know what burn scars do, burn scars pretty much induce flooding. So they cause a lot of flooding because there's not enough saturation for the ground. So when you have a huge downpour that happens quickly and you have a river next to you that rises, it's essentially a recipe for disaster. And that's what we were seeing right now. That's what we're seeing right now. The river Rio Ruidoso is flooded. It went 20 feet. It went up 20 feet in like 20 minutes. And then right now, the latest update, according to the USGS, is that it's beginning to drop. It's beginning to drop. So that's a good thing. Hopefully it continues to drop. But that's the context of the situation right now. The reason why Ruidoso is flooding the way that it is because of the burn scars and because of how rapid the river was rising, and how quickly the river was rising and how tall it was rising. So that's all you need to know. That's all you need to know right now. Apart from that, there is not much to report on. So let me take you back to a live look in Ruidoso. So let me take you back to the gradient first so I can transition. So here's the live look in Ruidoso. And as you can see, this is through EarthCam, by the way, so just don't mind that. Again, I'm looking for any newest developments. Seeing if there is any new developments. There is not much going on in terms of updates But I mean, there's just not much going on in terms of updates. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. I'm kind of like trying to. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got an update. Finally, I got an update. Okay. So, the river gauges. Let me quickly bring this up. The river gauges. The river gauge has come out. The latest update for the river gauge has come out through the USGS. And see if I can bring it up. I hope I can. I don't think I can. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I can't bring it up. Sorry, guys. But let me just tell you what's going on. Let me just describe it to you. Right now, the Rio Ruidoso, it normally crests, or it crested. I think that's what you say. Yeah, it crested at a record high. It crested at 20.24 feet in about 20 minutes, which destroyed the record last year that was set on July 20th, 2024, which at that time it crested at 15.8 feet. So this shattered the record by 5 feet. So 60 inches of water just completely just overtopped this. So I think that would equate to, let's see, 240 inches of water rising this year. And last year it was like at 180-ish. So yeah, that is the developing situation. That is breaking news that came in. Good news though, I can finally say some good news. The river, the Rio Ruidoso, has begun to shrink and has shrunk, or well, is beginning to lower down in its height. That is just such a good thing. That's a very good thing. And hopefully, I don't think there's there's rain in the forecast, so that's a good thing. That's good news I can report. Finally, some good news. So Jack, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I don't mean to mispronounce y'all's names. By the way, I don't mean to mispronounce y'all's names. If I mispronounce them, please let me know. I don't want to, offend y'all or anything like that. So sorry, folks, if I mispronounce your name. Jack says, when there is a flash flood warning and you're at the bottom of a valley, or at the bottom of a valley by a river, don't go to bed. Prepare an evacuation plan on the and be on watch all night if needed. They also say that it will get worse with climate change, more and more extreme and more often. Well, I mean, you're proving our point. Look at the headlines. So you can look at our today's top headlines right now. All three headlines are surrounding flooding. In fact, right now I'm getting breaking news off of Dallas, Texas, where reports are coming in that flooding is going on in Dallas, Texas, because rain is dropping at 2 to 3 inches per hour. So that is developing news that is coming in from Dallas. That is an additional situation that's going on. So that's the report that's coming in from Dallas. Right now our focus is on Ruidoso. Thank God that the Ruidoso thing is beginning to subside and drop. Very good thing. Very good thing, in fact. So thank God that's happening. Folks, if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them in the chat. I'll be here to answer them. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Turn on the bell notifications, because we don't just go live for floods. We're Disaster Central, so we try to go live for everything we can do, internationally as well. So far, we've been focused on the American side because the U.S. has just been so active with weather that we've just been having to direct our resources towards the U.S. side. But normally, we go live for international events. A hurricane season is creeping up. Typhoon season is creeping up. So please subscribe, turn on the bell notifications to be updated for our live coverage. Please like the stream and share this stream to as many people as you can that live within the area. Okay, I think it's important to get the word out to as many people as we can. That's enough PR. I sound like some of those questionable YouTube channels that all they do is promote their channel nonstop. Okay, so we got a ton of you joining in. Let me just quickly recap what the situation is right now. The situation right now is that in Ruidoso, New Mexico, a couple of hours ago, there was flooding that occurred in Rio Ruidoso near Hollywood and Ruidoso Downs. And if you don't know where that is if you don't know where that is, let me show you. Let me take off that live bar. So, Ruidoso, you might recognize the town. I've said this before, but you'll recognize the town for a very good reason. In Ruidoso, so this is Ruidoso, in central New Mexico, south central New Mexico, but in central New Mexico nonetheless. This is Ruidoso. You might know it as the town that got a wildfire last year and got tons of flooding every day for like 2 weeks. But actually, right now what's going on, this town is actually flooding because of the burn scar that happened last year. Now, you might know the burn scar from the wildfire, but those burn scars have another key problem. The burn scars don't saturate water, which means that when you have a riverbed, as Jack says, or as Jackie says, when you are at the bottom of a valley by a river, which is pretty much what this town is on, you can see by its grid, you can see by the way that the town is built. It's built very naturally flat-lining areas, so you can tell that this is built on a valley, and you're next to a river, which the River Ruidoso is around here near the Hollywood area, by where these water areas are at. When you are at these areas, these two things combine, and then you have a huge downpour that drops like 5 inches of rain, 2 to 3 inches of rain in an hour. It's a recipe for disaster. What happened was the following. The river began to rise at record-breaking levels. It rose at 20 feet, which in inches is equivalent to 240 inches. So it rose up 240 inches. And then began to flood portions in Hollywood and in Ruidoso Downs. In fact, the flooding got so bad right now that we're getting reports that people are trapped in their homes. And in fact, if you go on Twitter, you can see videos of homes being swept away from their foundations because of the flooding. So, and being swept downstream. So, folks, this is a very serious situation. Luckily, the situation is beginning to subside because the river is it peaked at its crest, and now it's beginning to go down. So, very good thing. Thank God for that. Apart from that, we don't got much else to talk about, at least here. Oh my God. Actually, this is interesting. This is unrelated, but I just want to quickly point out. So, this is not rain. This is a dust storm. This is a train spotter in Otero, New Mexico. They're reporting that a haboob, which is pretty much a dust storm that's carried. It's pretty much a dust storm that's carried with clouds, so a dry thunderstorm. A haboob was located with visibility dropping to less than a quarter. If you're in Alamogordo, stay inside. Don't drive. The visibility is so low. That's why these storms were going down south. I thought these were storms. Well, it looked like they were storms. These might be dry thunderstorms, which is another problem. But that's besides the point. Okay, so a dust storm is ongoing. So keep in mind for that if you're watching in Alamogordo or pretty much anywhere in central New Mexico within this county. I don't know what county this is. Please help me if you know what county this is. But this is near Alamogordo, and this is gonna go down south because that's what that's where the motion has been at. Sierra 77 says, built in the center of a waterway. Hopefully, they will rebuild up around the flooded areas. So I think the problem with this town is that because the terrain is so mountainous in its nature, well, not mountainous, but rocky in its nature, it's actually really hard to build on top of those areas. So as a result, they just refer to building on those valleys that are in between. And unfortunately, because it's built on the center of a waterway, flooding is gonna be very common because of that burn scar. And those burn scars take years, if not decades, to fully rebuild itself. Um, so, yeah. No new reports coming in through radar, but we'll let you know there's more. Actually, I can pull up the county here. So, it's Otero County. That's what it was. Okay. So if you're in Otero County, you're getting hit by a dust storm. That's unrelated. For those that are tuning in, let me quickly explain to you what's going on and what we're tracking. So let me take you back to a live cam. Unless we've been in a live, no, we have not been in a live cam. So let me take you quickly back to a live cam, where you can see, not that, where you can see here our live cam. Oh my gosh, look, it's clearing. That's such a good sign. Look, it's clearing. The skies are clearing. That's such a good thing. That's a very good thing. Okay, back to this. So we've been tracking for about an hour, I think, for about 50 minutes, is flooding that has been going on in Ruidoso, New Mexico, because at the time the river rose 20 feet, which, oh, by the way, that 20 feet is no joke. That shattered last year's record here by 5 feet. So that was Hurricane Harvey level of record shattering. So in about 20 minutes, the river rose 20 feet, causing unspeakable amounts of damage. We don't know what the full toll of the damage is. From videos, I can only imagine that the damage is bad because of, Mike says 20 feet in 30 minutes. Yes. So I can only imagine how bad the situation is by areas by the river. I saw videos on Twitter about I was making sure there wasn't any new information I was missing, but no, I'm not. So the river rose, caused huge amounts of flooding. Now that the river is beginning to recede, it's receding to its normal levels, which is good. Now we're getting reports that people are trapped in their homes because of the floods that occurred, and rescues did occur. That was through a local source near Albuquerque, the Albuquerque news station that's reporting on that. By the way, I have a quick question for y'all. What do y'all think about these this setup? Because if you go back, this is unrelated, but just want to quickly make sure that you guys are liking the way that this looks, because if you go back to one of our most popular streams, we had a completely different setup. So please let me know what you guys think about this setup. I want to work on improving the channel. So yeah. So if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns in regards to anything, please let me know. Tag DisasterCentral if you're watching on Twitch. Tag DisasterCentral_WX. If you're watching on YouTube, tag DisasterCentral, and I can read it to you. I can read out your question. I can be able to answer. I'll be able to answer it. I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. I'm sorry, guys. I think it looks great. Thank you. Guys, look. So look at the corner of the screen of the live cam. You can see that the sky is beginning to clear up. That's a good thing. That's such a good thing. That's a really good thing. I'm really happy. The sky's beginning to clear up. Of course, it's raining right now, but the sky is beginning to clear up, and that's a good thing. I'm very happy for them. Make sure that you comment if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Send them towards the chat at Disaster Central on YouTube and on Twitch at DisasterCentral_WX. And we'll continue to keep coverage. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to the channel with the bell notifications on both, and you'll be able to be informed when we go live for any event. We go live for all types of events internationally, and in the U.S. clearly. Yeah, share the stream out to as many people as we can to inform them, to obviously inform them of what the current situation is, in case you have any buddies that live in Ruidoso or New Mexico in general. Yeah, so sky's beginning to clear up. Folks that are tuning in, sky's beginning to clear up. Very happy for these people. Coco Tina? I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry. Coco Tina 2017 asks, you'll be visiting Ruidoso next week. Will you be safe? That's a very good question. And actually, I'm going to get that for you right now as I check my... as I check what the situation is looking like there right now. Rain. Okay, so right now, there is a flash flood warning in effect until 7:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. So you're still under a flash flood warning. For another hour. It is 6:25 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. The situation next week looks beautiful. The situation next week is beginning to look like it's going to be beautiful. Temperatures in the 70s with lows in the 50s. Looks like beautiful weather ahead for you. So no, I think you should be fine. Whoa, what happened? What happened? Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry. The Twitch stream just crashed, I think. I don't even know what happened. Ooh, let me quickly end that Twitch stream then. That's probably the problem. Okay, it ended. Frame rate just continues to drop. I don't know what the problem is, but... No, we're recovering. Okay, we're beginning to recover. Okay. Sorry, guys, that happened. We just lost a huge amount of people. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. The stream crashed. I think the stream crashed. I don't know. Maybe it's from going live on Twitch. We're still experimenting with that, so I don't know what the situation looks like there. But okay, I think we have everything fixed. Please let me know if it's fixed. Grayson McCann asks, we are leaving tomorrow for Ruidoso and staying through Saturday. Is it going to be safe to do activities up there? I would say that given the forecast on it, typically if the forecast was as pretty as it looks like right now, I would say that it's safe. But considering the fact that a lot of people are mopping up, considering the fact that people are mopping up right now, and that there is still potential for a scattered thunderstorm to pop up and increase potential flooding, I would say that I wouldn't do activities. I think it's just the type of stream where you just have to, this is the type of vacation where you just have to stay there. Because right now the situation isn't looking too safe right now for anything to be done. So that's all I can tell you right now. I don't think it's safe for you to do activities right now, I would say. That's my take though. Um, but the forecast is beautiful, so it just depends on what. It's honestly dependent on whether or not the activities you want to do, if those businesses or activity companies that are there want to open. But yeah, it's up to them. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know in the chat. I'll be able to read them for you. Um, Make sure you tag at DisasterCentral. I don't know why I keep dropping frame rates. Make sure you tag at DisasterCentral for that coverage, and we'll continue to cover. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys, that the chat crashed or that the stream crashed. And we were doing so good too. We were at. Yo, we peaked at like 73, and then the stream just crashed out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm so sorry that happened. So sorry that happened. For those covering, or for those who don't know what the situation is going on right now, if you don't know what the situation is, we are tracking a event that's going on in Ruidoso. Right now, earlier today, there was a huge flash flood event that occurred near Ruidoso, caused the flooding, and from the river and from the burn scar, and now we're seeing that subside. So that's what we know right now, and here's your live look of Ruidoso, and overall, just looks so beautiful. Beautiful weather out there. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on. Oh, I'm not even live on Twitch right now. Sorry. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for live coverage. For any event that we think is necessary to go live for, make sure you share the stream out, like the stream, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and that's all I'll say. If you do have any questions, tag Disaster Central, or just ask them. I mean, I'm reading the chat through my phone, so I'll just be able to answer them for you. And obviously, we have wonderful chatters here that'll be able to help you with that too. Thank you, chat, for helping me answer some of these questions. Really appreciate it. Let me see. Is there anything new to report on? Not much. Okay, so we're making a bit of a recovery. That's good. Good. Keep up the recovery. So, how are we doing today? Oh, did my stream crash again? Oh no, it's just. Oh my god, I hope not. It just did again. It just did again. What are we doing? Okay. I think I'm gonna have to eliminate some resources. Guys, I'm back. I just don't know what's going on today. I think OBS is having a bit of a meltdown right now because I just updated it too. So, I'm not gonna restart the stream. I'm gonna keep the live going on for like another 20-ish minutes. We'll do an hour, and we'll finish at like an hour 30. We have about 26 more minutes. I'm sorry that the chat keeps crashing. I just don't know what's going on. Might be too many resources. I doubt that it is, but you can just try that. No, it's not. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back. I don't know why I keep cracking my voice. It keeps cracking. Okay, so let me quickly just update some of these headlines for you, so you don't see me type. You'll hear me type, but how are we doing today, guys? Tina says the clouds don't look normal. It looks like cloud seeding. What do you mean? This looks quite normal to me. It's just the clouds breaking. Let me finish this headline. 24 record of feet. Now sit at 20. There we go, guys. Here it is. Here's the new headlines. Enjoy it. So then the new folks, if you do have anything, if you do need to like see what's going on or know what's happening, there it is for you. I got you. Whew, folks. How are we doing today? I've had quite a busy day, as you can tell. I've just had such a busy week with all these lives I've been doing. For those tuning in, good news, folks. The river is beginning to diminish, or the river is beginning to recede to its normal levels, and the good news is that the flood threat is beginning to diminish, at least for today. And really for the rest of the week, as the forecast calls for a beautiful end to the week. If you do have any questions, comments, or concerns, send them in the chat. I'll be here to answer them. I just don't know what's going on. So yeah, let me know if you do have any questions, comments, or concerns. I have been quite busy with streams. Chantal, Texas, and now this. I just haven't had a day off at all. But how are we doing? Just close out the radar. We don't need it anymore right now. Radar looks clean, so I guess for the rest of the stream we'll just be looking at the live cam here in Ruidoso, provided to us by EarthCam. Speaking of which, if you want to check out EarthCam, Just search up earth cam on Google and you'll be able to get the access to as many live free cams as you want. So yeah, I would say that it's worth it. Remember, folks, if you know, our slogan here at Disaster Central has been the same slogan for about a good year. Folks, remember, whether we're either we're taking you to it or we're getting you through it, the important thing is that you trust in Disaster Central. You trust in us to get you the best live coverage we can possibly provide. Historically speaking, we're very well known for live streams of earthquakes, but flash flooding and Ruidoso specifically does as good as well. So, you know, this is the stream that we do. These are the type of streams that we do. So if you do want to subscribe, please subscribe. You're welcome to subscribe and like and share. I've been checking EarthCam to see how the weather is, but don't know where the creek is when the house moved towards the flood. Did you see the video on Twitter, Tina? Or on X? Yeah, I keep forgetting that they changed it to X. Ouch, my back hurts. This is Disaster Central, continuing our live coverage on the current developing situation in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Very good news for those that are tuning in. The flood threat is beginning to diminish because the river is beginning to return back to normal. And as you can see here in EarthCam, the clouds are beginning to come back, or not come back, leave the camera, and we're beginning to see the sun begin to shine for the sunset at least. Yeah, I mean, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting few, it's been an interesting hour covering this with y'all. Make sure that if you do have any questions on the YouTube chat, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And if you do have any questions, please don't be afraid to leave it in the comments. And when the stream ends, by the way, we're not done when the stream ends. We do a lot of posts on Twitter, on Instagram. We post a lot of posts that are a lot of pictures that our contributors do, and a lot of graphics that you need to know to be weather prepared. So, just folks, you know, I think we've all had a very exhausting few days. I know I've had an exhausting day covering, or not exhausting, like exhausting week covering these disasters as they just keep on coming. It's been a very active week. In fact, folks, that wasn't me, by the way. I don't know who did that. I think that might have been one of our contributors. I just saw the chat. Who did that? Who in my team just did that? we serious? Chad, who did that? Guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Someone's probably watching the stream through the channel account. We got 82 people watching. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. We are just looking at Ruidoso, New Mexico, as it's beginning to, as the weather's beginning to clear out of the scenery, beginning to clear out of the scene. Yeah, folks. The flood threat is beginning to diminish. Very good thing, folks. And I get an ad, of course. Are we serious? Well, you don't get to see the ad. Sorry, guys. I don't want to see the ad, please. Okay. There we go. Ow. Why'd I get an ad? Okay, that'll go in our bloopers. We've been getting a lot of people tuning in, more than normal, guys. Hey, welcome all. You're all very welcome to be here. Very welcome to stay here as well. You're very welcome to ask any. We're very free. You're free to ask any questions, comments, or concerns in regards of what we do, what the event is about, what's going on right now. Yeah. You don't. Yeah. Well, guess what? You don't get to see ads. Because if I get ads, I get copyright strike. YouTube just loves doing this. This looks like it's about to be a beautiful evening. Unfortunately, in Ruidoso, that sunset's has been tarnished by just how bad the weather has been in this area today. Of course, our condolences go out to anyone that may have potentially been hurt in this disaster in New Mexico, this event in New Mexico. Of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of those that have been affected or really affected in any of these events this week, because these events have been quite extreme in every single way possible. With Tropical Storm Torrential bringing catastrophic flooding, well, not catastrophic, but severe flooding in North Carolina. Obviously, the floods in Texas being, well, we know what happened with the floods in Texas. And obviously, it's been very active. I think we all need a break. But, again, whether we're taking you to it, taking you to the storm, or we're just trying to get you through the storm, the important thing is that you trust in us to give you that coverage and to give you that opportunity to, try to, Thank you for your coverage. Hey, look, man, we are happy to do it here at Disaster Central. It's normally not just me. It's normally me and like maybe 2 or 3 other people that just tune in, but everybody's been busy. I felt like, you know what, I think I should do it solo. So yeah, and plus it's my summer break, so it's like I got much better things to do. I'd be happy to do it anytime. And of course, once we end this stream, that doesn't mean that the stream is over, or that our coverage is done. Our coverage will continue until either our coverage will continue both on social media and on YouTube here There's daily stream updates. We don't do videos anymore, but I might just do one of those like slideshow videos. So we don't do streams like that anymore, but bear in mind, just bear with me when we start bringing back streams again. The stream isn't over, so make sure you follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. Our handles are over there on the top screen where it says follow us on Twitter. That big label there. Our Instagram, we post a lot of graphics that we think you might need. And we post a lot of graphics or pictures that our contributors upload. So, yeah, I think you know. We have 81 people watching. For those that are tuning in wondering what's going on, well, you can see the sun is beginning to come out of the clouds. There's the light at the end of the storm. The situation is beginning to calm down, so, there's not much to worry about anymore. At least an immediate threat. There is aftermath to worry about, but that's for the future. Right now, I think everybody here, and anybody here just deserves a break. I think that's the way that we're going to be going through this. It's been very active, very active. Let me switch up the music. This music is only good for like the intros or outros. So what could we do? Oh, I can't do it because the software just won't let me do it. What's this? You can probably do this. Yeah. Alright, for those that are tuning in, oh, why did I do that? Well, another ad. I love YouTube monetizing and not letting me use ad blockers anymore. Okay. I just don't know why this keeps happening. Okay, so, yeah. The stream, guys, don't worry about the stream anymore. Right now. We're practically in our end stages of the stream. We have been doing. We're now up to an hour and 24 minutes of coverage. The stream will come to a close at 8 p.m. my time, 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Folks, it's been a pleasure and an honor to cover Disaster Central with y'all. We're going to keep the live going on for a bit, so just don't leave yet, but it has been such an honor to be part of this stream team with y'all. And hopefully you guys enjoy the way that I do coverage. It's, we're powered by like 11 people. 11 people are working, but we're built by 11. This whole thing is built by 11 people, by the way. 11 people built this entire brand, this entire setup. And it's powered for every single person who wants to watch streams to watch it. So just don't think that, don't think that we're just doing this because it's fun. We're doing this because we care about people. So ignore the background noise. That's my mother. She's screaming. Well, it looks like it stopped raining at my spot. Here at our headquarters in Houston, Texas. H-Town has stopped raining. So, How is our final? How's our day been? Our week been actually? Let's put some good events that happened. Maybe not some good events. Tell us what happened. Tell us what's been going on this week. What you've been doing, what you've been up to. Yeah, we keep seeing a huge fluctuation of viewers. Welcome, guys. You're welcome to stay if you want. We need 5 more of you to subscribe so we can hit 5.6 thousand subscribers. Please subscribe, guys. We don't just do this. We don't just do these streams. We also do hurricanes. We also do earthquakes. We're very well known for earthquakes. Our most popular videos are earthquakes. Our streams are earthquakes. We do tornadoes occasionally. We do flood events. We do everything you could imagine, but on an international scale. Please, if 5 of you subscribe, we need to hit 5.6K, please. I gotta do PR because then, yeah. Oh, we need 4 of you. 1 of you subscribed. We need 4 of you, please. 4. Just 4. That sounds like I'm begging right now, but just 4, please. I'm glad that you guys are able to, listen. Listen, guys, this has been fun. Well, I say fun, it's been terrible to, think about the coverage, but, it's been fun streaming with y'all and giving all the information. In about 2 minutes, we're going to close it off, so I have to give my final statements. Folks, stop the music. Stop it. I got to give the final close off. So, look, we're about to end in about 2 minutes. Let me just say, folks, remember, right now what you need to know for this event, the threat is beginning to subside. I don't think there's a threat for the next week. However, if there is rain... Oh my god. Please, okay. Okay, what you need to know about this event. Quickly, let me just quickly summarize what you need to know about this event. All you really, really need to know... Actually, hold on. Let me pull up a poll. I want to see whether or not you guys want me to stay here for a bit. Just a bit longer. Oh. I gotta sign in. Hold on. That's the wrong email. What am I doing? Yo. Okay. So, hey, if you guys want me to stay on the stream just for a bit longer, just so we can hit that 2-hour mark, let me know and I'll do that. Please let me know. Oh. That's why. Oh no, that's the wrong one. I gotta do all this verifying. What are we doing? Okay. Not now. Go. Okay, guys, chat. Y'all, viewers, people, humans. Here's what we're gonna do, okay? I want to see if I can pull up a poll question is this? I'm going to put up a poll. I'm going to ask y'all if you think I should stay live for a bit longer. That's the wrong thing. I gotta do the chat. Okay. Thank you, YouTube. Or thank you, OBS. It's late in Scotland, so I have to sleep. Okay, well, good night, guys. Good night, Pink Kitty Beans. Okay. Let me pull up a poll. Should I stay live for 30 more minutes? All right, folks. It's time to put your votes in. It's time to put your votes in. Put the votes in, guys. Oh, we got one yes. Actually, no. Actually, yeah, we got a yes. Put the votes in. We got 98 of y'all watching, so there's no excuse for there to be just 3 people voting. We got 98 of you watching. Should we stay live for 30 more minutes? Not that there's much to talk about, so just remember, just keep in mind, there won't be much to talk about if we stay live for 30 more minutes, because, I mean, the threat is diminishing. So, and my radar app, I had to close because I don't want OBS to keep crashing every other 5 minutes. So should I stay live or should I not? And if you do want me to stay live, I'm expecting the people who voted yes to interact with the chat. So, that's all I'm saying. Oh, there we go. So there we go. Sonia Slater says, watching from Florida. Hello, Florida. I don't know what you call people from Florida. Floridians? I think that's what it is. Floridians. Well, now it's 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Yeah, okay, let me recap. Good question. Let me recap. So, the recap is, this is what we know so far. So earlier today, about 2 hours ago, about 3 hours ago, there was Rio Ruidoso, which is a river that flows down the valley of Ruidoso. There was a river, and that river just kept shooting up because there was rain and next to a burn scar. So what happened was, because of that burn scar and because of that river, flooding began to rise, or the water began to rise substantially by, I think it was over 20 feet in about 30 minutes. So it shattered every single type of record. It caused a lot of flooding near Hollywood and another part of Ruidoso down by south. So south of where this camera is at, or where this camera is facing. And then, so right now, that's all we know, is that there was reports of, sorry, I'm losing it. There was reports of people trapped in homes, but that's been resolved, at least since 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time, which is my time. So, that's the recap. That's all we know. All we know is that there was flooding from a river, flooding from the river, from a downpour. A lot of homes were swept if you were near the river, and there were people trapped in their homes, but a majority of them have been rescued, if not all of them have been rescued out. So that's all we know. And the river is beginning to go back to its normal stage. So that is all we know. So, if you wanted a recap, that's your recap. Okay, so we're seeing a ton of people here now. So if you do want to know what's going on, if you want the recap, I just gave out the recap. Right now, looks like the sun's beginning to come out. Looks like the sun is beginning to come out. It's beginning to dry off in Ruidoso, New Mexico. Things are beginning to look great. Let me quickly take off the live bar. Or not the live bar. Oh, I didn't add on the live bar. What am I doing? Okay, here it is. And let me take off the coverage banner. There it is. And that might make the graphics a bit smoother. Or that might make everything else smoother. Danny's asking whether... Okay, so... I've been live for 2 hours. So I don't know necessarily what you're talking about, but let me just read it out loud. Maybe one of you guys can help him out. There's a story... you don't know if it's true. There's a story... I don't know if it's true. That a bridge on Eagle Drive was washed out. Let me make sure... Let me see if that's verified. I don't think it is because I would have been pinged for it on one of my things. I don't think. Oh wait, has it been there? Was that a river? No. I don't think the story is true. Breaking news! Oh no! Breaking news! Breaking news! This is, whoa, this is like terrible. Oh my god, this is bad. Okay, so this is not in regards to this, but this is breaking news coming in from Kerrville. Central Texas floods that happened in July 4th. The death toll has risen up to 118, with 172 missing. Oh my god. I can't believe it. Okay, let me repeat what's going on. In Texas, from the floods on the 4th of July, the death toll has risen from 111 to 118, with 172 people still missing. The fatalities are as follows in each county. 94 are confirmed killed in Kerr County. At least 94. Multiple more are missing in Kerr County. 8 people have been killed in Kendall County. 7 in Travis. 5 in Burnett County. 3 in Williamson County. And 1 in Tom Green County. With 172 people still missing in combination of all of these events. Oh my god. Goodness. I don't know what to say. You know, you just hate to hear that news, you know? It just sucks. I mean, I don't know what else to say. 118 lives have been killed. or have been destroyed or died. 118 lives were cut from floods, and 172 are still missing. Now, I don't know if this is a recovery mission yet, which if it is, it'd be even worse. It would be even sad. It would be terrible. But I think from what Texan officials are saying is that the survivability is about a week before they can officially call it a recovery operation. Oh my god. Just... Thoughts and prayers, first of all, go to the families that have been affected in Kerrville, or really anywhere within the Guadalupe River. It's just sad. I'm heartbroken. The situation is terrible. Just I don't know. And Grayson and Tina live in Texas. I'm in Texas too. Our headquarters are in Texas too. We are in Houston, Texas. That's where our headquarters is at, because that's where I'm at, because I'm the one that operates this whole channel. Kerrville, Texas and Georgetown, Texas are 127 miles apart, and yet both areas flooded. Yeah, I mean, the Guadalupe River is it's a huge river, and it's pretty important in Texas. Very important to Texans. Well, not like all of Texas, but it's the floods were horrible. I think the floods extended like 7 different counties. Like, okay, 6 counties, but I think damage extends to 7 or 8 counties. We have about 15 more minutes left, and then I'm gonna cut it because OBS keeps crashing. Because I recently updated it, and I decided that it'd be a good idea to update it right before I stream. So, yeah. I got about 15 more minutes to go. I'm still looking for any new news media. So, we've been looking at live cam for like a good hour, I think. That's what it is, yeah. Make sure that if you're watching the stream, you like the stream, you subscribe to the channel, because we do more than just floods. We do a lot, actually. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, make sure that you're hitting the like, and make sure that you're sharing the stream out to as many people as we can to get the word out. Yeah, to get the word out. I was going to say something else, but then I forgot. Oh, let me put up the music again. Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Yes, Ruidoso is going to be very beautiful in terms of temperatures this week. Highs in the 80s, lows in the 50s. Guys, like, that's perfect weather for me. Plus scenery? Yeah. Yeah, 94 were killed and 15 in, no, you got those numbers wrong. Wait, did you? Yeah, because that only adds up to 109. So far, the number is at 118 with 178 more missing. Got 120 of you watching, and right now, we're just doing live coverage on really just the end stages of this flood event because the flood threat has diminished. What does this do? Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't know what that does. What does this do? Oh, super chats. Oh. Hey, y'all don't gotta donate, by the way. I was just testing out what was going on. What that was. I just saw that for the first time ever. I was thinking, that seems cool. We got about 10 minutes left. And I can't go live for another 30 minutes because all of this is doing is destroying my OBS system. It's using 30% of my CPU. Oh my god. What could it possibly be needing that for? Okay, just got a little pop up on my OBS saying that that the stream is dropping frames. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, folks. Key words, key takeaways. Thank you guys so much for the support. Heavy honor. It's been an honor to do your coverage with y'all. Subscribe to the channel for more updates because we do more than just floods. We do all international disasters when we can. And follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. The links are in the bio. Actually, let me get y'all let me get y'all the Instagram because I don't think the Instagram is in our bio, but who knows? I need to get that out. There we go. Follow us on Instagram at... Okay, please let me chat. Here we go. Follow us on Instagram. We'll get that up for you. And our Twitter is on our profile bio. So if you want to get updates on Twitter, whether or not we go live or what the situation is, because we occasionally do tropical weather updates on Twitter with graphics, then follow us on there too. Follow us on our Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the bell notifications. Like the video, or as the kids would, or as other people in my generation would say, smash the like button. Yeah, has been a great stream, guys. I can't wait to, well, hopefully I don't have to go live again tomorrow, but you know what I mean. Can't wait to see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.